Hey everybody, this is the Facebook Ads with the Twang podcast. I'm your host Ben Blackman, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to triple your Facebook ad results by using blogs. Here comes episode 86. Facebook Ads with the Twang is dedicated to taking the often overcomplicated process of creating simple, successful Facebook ads, breaking them down step by step in less than 10 minutes at a time. Let's get started. Welcome everybody to episode 86, and I'm really glad to have you on today's episode because I want to be talking to you about a strategy that I use all the time. And I don't know if you've listened to the episode. I can't remember which episode it is, but with Leanna Ling, she talked about using blogs, and she does this all the time too. It's just a very effective way to really get your ads out there at a relatively low cost, figure out what's working at a relatively low cost, and then be able to scale it. And it's by leading with value. Okay, when you lead with value, you do much better with Facebook ads. Now, there's exceptions to that, right? It's not one size fits all. I mean, that's what happens is, people come to me and they're like, well, such and such is doing ads this way and they're doing that way, but they're in totally different markets, right? Or they're totally different type of industries or something like that. And it doesn't always carry over into what everybody else is doing. So one of the few things that does tend to carry over, though, is using blogs. And this works pretty well for e-commerce as well as much as service-based businesses. So let's just think about this for just a minute. What does Facebook reward you for, right? Like if you post something on your business page, what do they reward you for? Well, it's engaging content. I mean, that's the answer. Okay, now that could be a video. Facebook does prefer video, but still, even if it's not, it could just be a post, right? And so Facebook rewards you for engaging content by showing your ad or showing your post more organically more, okay? And if you run ads to that post, then it'll show it at a lower cost and show it to more people. All right. Now, who decides what engaging content is? Well, it's your audience. So your audience does by reaction, by not hiding it, by liking it, by sharing it, whatever it is. So how do we create engaging content? Well, one of the things that we can do is we actually create a super compelling blog post. I'm going to talk to you about how to do that in just a minute, but it's creating just a really compelling blog post, and in the blog post, you're going to have a call to action somewhere, usually towards the end. And that call to action might be, come join my webinar, come download my free training, come purchase my pair of socks I'm selling, whatever it is, right? Okay, it could have whatever it is. And so when you create that blog post, you're going to also create 3 different headlines for the blog post, okay? And so this guy that I used to follow back in the day, and he's still a great marketer, Yannick Silver, he had said that what he does is he writes out 100 headlines for every ad or every sales letter or everything that he does, 100. Okay, and then he picks the best ones. Now, I'm not advocating you do 100, but I'm advocating you do the work. Okay, do not get lazy here, right? Don't just write 3 and say, oh, those 3 are awesome, and be done with it. Write out at least 10, 15, 20, okay, and then pick 3 out of those. And then what you're going to do once you get those 3 headlines, okay, you're going to run 3 ads, okay, to 3 different blog post pages, each with the different headlines. Okay, so because you're going to test those 3 out, because one of them is going to do much better than the other 2, right? And that's what you're trying to find out, but we want to do this inexpensively. So you're going to narrow your targeting, and so let's just say that you're selling, let's just say you're selling bass fishing equipment, okay, or a course on how to do bass fishing better, or whatever it is, right? So you're going to narrow your target market by, not just people who are into fishing, but say it's, maybe your target market's women. So you do women who like bass fishing and their income level is in the top 25% of income earners in the U.S., right? That's a narrow target. Okay, there's not that many people there. But you go ahead and narrow your target. Okay, you run the ads to all, and you do this with 3 different ad sets. Okay, the ad sets are all exactly the same. But what you're going to do is you're going to put 3 different ads going to 3 different blog post pages. Okay, $5 a day each. Okay, so that's $15 a day. You're running for 7 days. That's $105. Pretty soon you're going to figure out who the winner is. You may not even have to run it all 7 days. Okay, so once you do that, now you can cut off the other two and scale the one that's working and roll it out to more audiences, roll it out to broader audiences, and that kind of thing. So how do you determine the winner? It's pretty simple. There's different metrics you can look at, but most of all, the easiest thing to do is the most clicks wins. It's that simple. Okay. Now, if you happen to see one where the cost per click was a lot less, or something like that, and you could look at that, but really it's going to be most click wins. Most clicks win. Just take that for what it is. Okay. And so then you scale it up. And then what you're going to do with that, if people aren't opting in or signing up, which most won't, okay, for whatever you're offering in the blog post, then what you're going to do is start retargeting them. And so I have many episodes on how to retarget and that kind of thing. So you're going to pick one of those methods and start retargeting those people. And so what this does is this helps develop you as the expert. They now know who you are. They're like, wow, oh yeah, I read that really long, informative, awesome post. I can't believe that she wrote that massive post and and just gave all that away for free. Right? Do not hold back in this post. Okay, so that's how you do it. So the setup of it is you want to choose post engagement as your objective. I thought I was going to say injective, whatever that means. So use post engagement as your objective. And this allows Facebook to optimize it for people who are most likely to engage with the post. Okay. The ad copy that you'll have will just be short, letting people know that this is, about a blog post, right? You want to make that clear that you're not selling anything there, right? And you put the link to the blog post in the ad copy, right? That's where you're going to put it. You could even put, the first paragraph or two of the blog post as the ad copy and just put, to continue reading the rest of this blog post, click here, right? And then they go. You can do that. Now, the cool thing is, if you don't have a blog, you might be saying, I don't have one, Ben. Well, that's no sweat. You don't have to worry about it. You can set up your blog using ClickFunnels, using lead pages. It doesn't really matter. You need 3 pages. And either one of those tools, you can jump right in and set them up. Okay? 1, 2, 3. You just copy each and you're just changing the headlines. That's all you have to do. Okay? Now, if you're like, well, what about the post itself? I don't really like writing that much, or I'm not really sure what to do. That's okay. So look at your competition, whether direct or indirect. Okay, find a really amazing blog post about, that would help your ideal audience. You'll take that. I don't mean you take it word for word. You still outline your own post, okay, but you can use that as a guide. You outline your own post, but you add to it. You give them more value. Right? You expand on it. You don't just stop where they stopped. You expand it. All right? Don't hold back. Give it all away. Whatever your knowledge is on it, just give it all away. All right? Or you can just repurpose what you have. Maybe you've written 2 or 3 short posts. You can combine them all into one. Maybe you've done a couple of videos. Take the videos that you've done, send them to be transcribed at rev.com or wherever you want, and take them and use that and just edit them. Okay? You don't have to overthink this. All right? And then you basically just go ahead and post them. So the key to this is spending the time up front to make a great post so that when you run ads to it, you're getting quality people. All right. And you just start running and leave it running. Run it forever. Okay. As long as people are commenting on it, as long as people are clicking on it, as long as you're getting people to your website that you can retarget, keep doing it. All right. That's all you have to do. It's simple as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many steps I said it was, but it's really that simple. Just create your blog post, create 3 headlines, 3 pages, run ads to them, see which one works the best, and keep running it and retargeting those people to your offers. All right, that's it. Now, these are the kind of things that I like to talk about over at my Marketing with the Twang membership. Big changes coming up for next year. I will see you guys on the other side on episode 87. See you then. Hey, if you enjoy this podcast, then you have to check out Marketing with the Twang. It's my monthly membership where we take all the material from this podcast, combine it with finding and creating the perfect funnel that will attract your dream clients. Then we take it to the next level by using multiple marketing methods way beyond Facebook. Check it out at marketingwithatwang.com.